Listen, never in my life associated the word boring with baseball.
We know what's up.
Me? Yeah. Famous? Yeah.
And I'm like giddy over there smiling like, we're about to win this shit.
Did everyone give you crap? Give me a good host story.
I'm not picking it up.
We both love the game.
We talk about it every day.
Get on baseball.
Having some popcorn, you're fooling around your phone.
I'd have to wait in line for 3 hours.
Hang on, because it's about to be a wild ride.
All right, my man Taijuan Walker, thanks for being with me. Welcome to the Eye Test, man. Appreciate you.
Of course.
I saw you walking around the clubhouse yesterday, and I was like, dang, he looked like a hooper.
Yeah.
And I looked it up, and that was actually your first sport, right?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
How serious were you about that, about basketball, and where did that take you?
So I played basketball. That was my first sport I played. Loved it, fell in love with it, played for a while, and, as a kid, always wanted to go straight to the NBA after high school. And once they were like, we got to go to college first, so I was like, I'm done with basketball.
Yeah.
But then, so I didn't play my freshman year of high school, and then some of my teammates, or some of my friends actually, were like, hey, come try out sophomore year. If you like it, play. If not, keep playing baseball. And went on my sophomore year, and I fell back in love with it, and I played my sophomore, junior, and senior year, and it was just the way, how fast-paced, the athleticism in basketball. It was fun for me.
How long did you play AU or anything like that, or was it just high school?
Just high school.
Yeah,
just high school. I was gonna play AU, but baseball got pretty serious for me.
Yeah.
So just really focused more on baseball.
When did you know in baseball that, oh crap, I might have a chance to do something big here? When did that sort of clip register for you?
I went to high school with Matt Davidson. I'm not sure if you heard that name. Yeah. So, I grew up with his brother, but ever since we were kids, Matt was like the guy from Ukaipa. And so, he had a bunch of scouts always at the games and whatnot. And I didn't pitch fully until my senior year, but I threw a couple games my junior year, and had a couple of scouts talk to me. But then my head coach was like, hey, you should switch to pitching. I think you could be a first rounder in pitching. I was like, sure, whatever. And started pitching, and more stuff starting to come. And I think it was one game. I don't remember exactly which game, but there was one game where there was I felt like 100 scouts there, and I was
really?
like, oh, this could be actually a thing. Got an agent.
Yeah.
And things started moving real quickly.
When you said that your coach switched you to pitching, and that was so that was your senior year?
My senior year, yeah.
And you turned into a first rounder after that?
Yeah, I threw decently hard. I was maybe 85, 87 when I pitched, but then out of nowhere, I just started throwing 95. Just came out of nowhere. Yeah, it was my senior year. It just came out of nowhere, and they were like, "Hey," I still played the field, still hit and everything, but really focused on pitching, and it just happened so fast. It came out of nowhere.
So did you get bigger? Did you a growth spurt? What was it?
No, I feel like I've been the same size since 7th, 8th grade, and
wow.
I was a lot skinnier in high school, but it really, I was throwing a bullpen one time and then just letting it eat, and 94, 95.
And before that, you were around 85?
Yeah, I was 85. Yeah, I played shortstop, had to get an arm in the outfield and stuff, but never really took it serious because, I like playing the field.
What people don't know, what's finding interesting is that you've been in the league for a while.
Yeah.
Right? I looked at your baseball reference page last night, and you were called up when you were 20 years old.
Yeah, yep.
So you basically have essentially 11, 12 years almost of service time already. What's it like to be still this young, especially as a starter, right?
Mm-hmm.
You look at starters like Verlander, he's still starting out there. Greinke was doing it for a long time. What's it like to be this young and still have the amount of service time that you do have, and still have a little bit more runway there, because you don't really see that with a lot of pitchers, with players these days. You don't see the amount of service time that you've accumulated.
Yeah, it still kind of sneaks up on me how much time I have, and then I realize how young I feel. I feel like I've been around the game for a long time, but then I'm like, okay, I'm only 31. But it's just evolving and just adapting to the new age. Every year it's something different. The whole launch angle thing. So just learning new pitches and just trying to adapt and just trying to survive. It's a hard game, and I don't have the velo that I once have. So I have to really focus on commanding my pitches and coming up with new pitches and stuff. But watching guys like David Price do it, CeCe Sabathia lost a little bit of velo, but he's still pitched another 6-7 years. Verlander, at one point lost some velo, but now he's still at 40 years old, still throwing 95, 97. But I think just evolving with the game.
Is that a matter of, when you say learn new pitches, is that and not pitching with the same velocity? Is that a matter of, is that when your command comes into play a little bit more?
Yeah, definitely the command, adding a cutter. I added a splitter, or I threw a splitter my whole career, but I tinkered with it and got some different movement on it. Throwing a curveball more. It really just depends. But it's really just having all those weapons at any time.
Where are you at now in terms of your just the way you've had to evolve? I mean, because obviously you came here and you've had some struggles or whatever, but you were all-star obviously with the Mets. Where are you, like, mentally, physically, and just the whole nine?
Yeah, I'm still getting there. I feel like I kind of had a late start this year, and just slowly building, and it's just taking a little bit slower than I want. And it's one of those things. We have such a good team, and every single person on the team is doing well. So as for me, being a competitor, like I want to be in there with them. I want to be, having the sub threes with the guys. And it's kind of not happening, so it's frustrating for me. I know a lot of people are frustrated about it, but I'm just working hard and slowly getting there, but it is getting there. But it just we're just playing so well right now.
Yeah. How do you maintain that, right? Because even last year when you were, I mean, you weren't pitching in the playoffs, but you were still at the top step.
Yeah.
Like, how are you able to sort of, take away your own individual success or whatever failures and still put it about the team first?
It's a team game, It takes more than one guy to win a baseball game, I feel like in NFL or NBA, you could really have like one or two guys, but with baseball, it really takes 26 plus guys. One, to just get to the playoffs, and in the playoffs, like anything can happen in the playoffs. But for me, obviously I want to pitch. Everyone wants to pitch in the playoffs. Everyone wants to play in the playoffs. But these are my dogs. This is my family. These are my boys, and I feel like I wouldn't be a good teammate or even a good person if I, was sitting in the corner moping and being sad. Like I like being on the top step with these guys. I think they enjoy it too. We talk, we have conversations, and if I could be on the top step and talking to them and easing their mind a little bit before they go out the bat, I'm gonna do it for them.
The fact that you're a position player, do you still see yourself as that? Because I know a lot of pitchers see themselves as like, oh, I'm a center fielder still. I'm a shortstop still. Do you still see yourself like, man, if I were out there playing the field?
Yeah, well, it's funny because I always, right now, going through my little struggles and stuff, the one thing that I always tell myself and my coaches and everyone's like, hey, just go be an athlete, You got here being athletic and being an athlete. Go out on the mountain and be an athlete. Stop trying to be a pitcher, just be an athlete. And so I still like going out there and taking ground balls and just moving around and just, instead of getting stuck of, being that pitcher only. I feel like for myself, I have to be active, be moving, and pretend like I'm still the shortstop or first base or outfield.
How have because you played in New York, which is a tough market.
Yeah.
I always say like New York, Boston, Philly are the three toughest markets to play in. LA's LA, but like it's not New York like Boston or Philly. What is it like to come in with these? I mean, you had expectations obviously in New York, but what's it like when you get the contract and have expectations to come into Philly?
Well, I think it's different now too. 22, they made it to the World Series. Last year, made it to NLCS, and this year we're off to one of the best starts in franchise history. I just think they expect so much out of us, and I wouldn't say it's pressure, but we have to do our job. We get paid really well to come out and play a game, and for me, I want to take that serious. I know I want to go out there and perform and do my job the best I can, and the fans care. They're passionate, and I care too. Obviously my job is to help the team try to get to the World Series and win the World Series, and I'm going to try everything I can possible to do that.
How's the New York crowd compared to a Philly crowd? Because Philly fans are crazy.
Yeah.
Not in a bad way, but
not in a bad way, but yeah. Honestly, it's one of those things where in 22 in New York, we're winning. We had some good crowds, but some really good crowds. But Philly, on a Tuesday day game, Wednesday day game, we got 41,000 people there.
Really?
I'm just like, man, like I know people work, people go to school and stuff, but just for it to be sold out every single game, it's insane and it's incredible. And I think for us as players, I know for myself, like it's cool to walk out and having 40,000 people scream for you on a random day game that's 90 degrees. It's pretty dope.
It's a different type of juice, right? Because I even know for me, like as a baseball writer, like when I come to the field, say today, or and you see Fenway packed, it puts you in a different mind frame.
No doubt. And I always tell my family and friends, I'm like, hey, y'all want to come to the game, come to Philly. Come to the Philly game. It's a different experience. It's loud. It's crazy. The fans are passionate. Last year we had free hot dog day, and fans are throwing hot dogs in the Philly. It's crazy, at the bank, but it's fun. We enjoy it. I definitely enjoy it. I've been on teams where we've had, 5,000 fans, and it sucks.
Yeah. When you look at the last couple of questions, when you look at sort of the vision for you all's team, right? Like obviously Dombrowski was here and he built up the Red Sox to become a 2018 winner.
Yeah.
You guys have made it to the World Series, but ultimately didn't win that. How good is it to have a general manager, owner who are invested in the franchise and willing to go out there and spend every year to put you guys in the best position to win?
Yeah, I think that's where it starts. Starts at the top, and for them to really believe in us and wanting to go get the right pieces for us. Dave and Sam and those guys, they did a great job. We had Trey go down, Sosa steps up hitting 300. David Dahl comes up from Marsh. It's going crazy. Turnbull, steps in and doing his job. But that's all starts from the top, the scouting and everything. The whole front office, but it's also one of those things where it's like behind the scenes stuff that people don't see, that the nice hotels that they get us, whatever gym equipment, whatever medical stuff, like it's the little things that really help us. And as players, we pay attention to those things, keeps us on the field, the medical staff, so it's a big group effort. But to know that, like, hey, we need something at the deadline, knowing that they're not afraid to do it, and if it's going to help us win and get over that hump and win a World Series, they'll do it. Lastly,
I saw you dunking on Instagram. What's your vertical?
Man, I was like 60 pounds lighter than when I was dunking. I think the highest I got was like 48. That was the highest. That was like at my peak,
48?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I can still dunk now, but it hurts a little bit.
It hurts a little bit more?
It does,
I hear you. Me too.
Yeah. So.
I can't dunk, but I'm hurting a little bit more too as a 34-year-old.
Yeah. The knees aren't what they used to be.
Nah. Appreciate you, man. Thanks so much.
Thank you.